What is going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993, back here to catch up on the last of my MLB trade deadline 2022 short videos that I'm going to do here. Now, of course, with how many ones I wanted to do, some of them I did group together a little bit because there was just so many of them. There's probably about 12 videos or somewhere around there that I want to do. And talk about some trades that happened to round out the trade deadline, which ended this past Tuesday, August 2nd. I think it was 6 p.m. deadline, I think it was. But starting off with only the second trade they did, as far as I know. But the Pirates, as I kind of expected, dealt starting pitcher Jose Quintana. And him and reliever Chris Stratton went to the Cardinals. In exchange, the Pirates received righty Johan Oviedo and third base prospect Malcolm Nunez. I expected this trade the Pirates to do. Quintana was just on a 1-year contract. Just taking a gamble at a starter who could help, lead the starting rotation. And then most likely be traded at the deadline. We saw this happen. I felt that about Vogelback as well before they traded Vogelback. And I actually thought we would trade Ben Gamel. I'm very surprised we didn't trade Ben Gamel. But I expected it. Quintana was, an obvious pick. The Cardinals were in pursuit of Athletics ace Frankie Montas, but of course he went to the Yankees. Even though Quintana is no longer probably as strong as he used to be, he can still be a solid back-of-the-end rotation starter for the Cardinals, who has been dealing with some injuries with their starting pitching. Quintana made 20 starts for the Pirates, working to a 3.50 ERA. Not too bad, so he definitely would be a good addition there. Of course, again, the rotation has been hit with a couple of injuries in recent weeks. Jack Flaherty having shoulder concerns. Steven Matz had tore his MCL, and he's most likely out for the rest of the season. But they still got Adam Wainwright, who's still solid at his old age of 41, Dakota Hudson, Miles Mikolas, and rookie Andre Palante. You also have Matthew Liberatore as a depth option, but he, though, is probably not as reliable right now. But there is some solid names for sure in that location. Then there's Stratton, who gives the Cardinals a veteran reliever to work with, even though I've really never been the biggest fan of Stratton. And this year, too, he's had an ugly 5.09 ERA. I'm not sure if that's going to be a good pickup for the Cardinals, but I'm definitely kind of glad he's left the Pirates. As I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of him. Of course, in return, the Cardinals give up the 24-year-old Oviedo. He's been impressive in the bullpen role this season. He was struggling as a starter for a couple years, but he's been impressive in the bullpen. He has a 3.20 ERA with a 24.1 strikeout rate and a very strong 6.5% walk rate, and also a 43.2% ground ball rate. So he definitely could be another decent addition to the bullpen the Pirates have added recently, along with that Mets reliever they got for Vogelback. Now, Malcolm Nunez is the Cardinals' number 13 prospect, who is apparently a third baseman in Double-A. He's hit 255 this year with 17 home runs at Double-A. But, of course, with Key Brian Hayes, being up there, there's a good chance that he may eventually be moved to first base or DH if he becomes a serious contender. But just a typical Pirates trade for me. They brought in an experienced veteran on a 1-year deal. If they were going to win, they were going to keep him. If they were going to lose, they were going to trade him. So I expected this trade to happen. But definitely a good depth for the Cardinals for sure. As they're definitely, in the weaker division. It's just them and the Brewers competing for the top spot in the National League Central. This is just a little bit of a boost for them. So that's all I gotta say. That's my thoughts on Jose Quintana's trade to the Cardinals. Good deal for the Cardinals. Typical for the Pirates as well. Again, Chris Stratton, not a big fan of him. Maybe, he'll get a fresh start in St. Louis. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But make sure to leave your thoughts to the guys down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter at TheManAirboy93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you all later. Have a great rest of your night. And peace out, everybody.